welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. I'm your host Kristen, and my friends with allfreeknitting.com and I would like to present you with an easy bobble stitch on the loom. And today I'll be using Lion Brand Bulky number 5, Babies First, and this is a cotton blend. Here's a bobble stitch, and what I've done is just a flat panel that's 5 stitches wide. I've got the last one that I did here is one in the middle, and then I actually knit 3 rows. So we're going to go ahead and start our first bobble. I'm going to get it as close as I can. All we're going to do is E-wrap 1 and then knit over. Push it down, E-wrap again, 2, knit over, push it down, E-wrap 3, okay. Now you can stop at 3 and work up a little swatch and see how you like it with the type of yarn you've picked. It really depends upon the yarn. I think on average 5 is fine, so if you want to do 4 or 5, that's great. You might try 4 or 5 and see if it works for you. So this is 4, E-wrapped 4, and now I'm going to do one more 5. And you'll notice by the time we get to 5, it's barely sticking on there, so you have to really kind of hold it down. These are shorter pegs. If you're on one of the looms that has some longer pegs, then you may find that 5 is not a problem. So now that I've got 5, you see that it's kind of building up here. It's almost like creating a chain. Flip over our loom, and I want you to kind of look at the stitches here. I've got this stitch that's on the loom here. Let's see. We've got this one, the one in the middle, this one here, and then this one, and so the next previous stitch that kind of lines up with that line is going to be this one. Okay, so we're going to take this stitch and pull it up and over the peg. So now we've got the previous row before, not the first bobble we did, but the previous row before. We're going to pull that back on the loom, and then now we're going to knit over our last bobble, and there we go. That is your first bobble. We're going to knit the next one, lay it on the top. Make sure to get all these extra fibers. Pull it over. Okay, you can see that I've got all these extra little fibers in this one strand, so that's why I say don't start with this one. Okay, we're on to our next bobble. So it's really good to have the spacing in here in order to get a nice little pattern. If I tried to put them all together, it wouldn't look the same. Okay, so we're going to E-wrap this next peg here one time. Two times. 3 times. Get all those fibers. So you can try 4, you can try 5, however many you want to try, and then when you're done, you just flip it over. Make sure all your stuff's out of the way. You can kind of pull this tight back here and see how it kind of reveals the stitches and this one pops out. So that was much easier. Do you see that? Okay, so we're going to take it and pop it over. See? And don't be afraid that that kind of goes up on here, because then now you're done that, you can tuck it back in. And then now you're ready to knit over. It's pretty easy. You're done. You've done two bobbles. You can do a bobble with 5 E-wraps, or you can do 3 or 4. You could even do a series where you're making your own pattern out of different bobble heights to make a rippley effect. So you're not limited. You're only limited to your imagination. So do whatever you enjoy, and now you know how to bobble, so get going. Thanks for tuning in to Good Knit Kisses. If you have any questions for me, please leave them on this video, or if you're watching from All Free Knitting, please tune over to Good Knit Kisses channel and ask me there, as I won't be able to respond on All Free Knitting. Thanks again. For my friends at allfreeknitting.com and I would like to wish you happy looming.